So women's singles is next, originally slotted to be Jen Brady and Danielle Collins, but it's going to be Jessica Pegula stepping in for Collins, and she's been quite the bright spot for them these last couple matches.
No, that's very true. And one of the things is now everyone's kind of settled down in the surroundings, kind of the tempo and the timing of how this is going to run. Remember, World Team Tennis, normally you're traveling all over the place. Because it's in one location here at the Greenbrier, there's a lot of training that's been going on, which is normally not happening in a normal World Team Tennis season, and that's why these players have improved.
Also, another great reason why we're getting so many big-name players to commit to the whole season. We're here the whole time, and it is stacked this year. Jessica Pegula, 26 years old, born in Buffalo.
Bills Mafia.
That's right.
She said she really likes her chances, the Bills' chances this year. Brady's out of the conference. She says she's afraid, you know, with all this craziness going on, there won't be a season, but they're so good right now. Got the quarterback, got the coach, the culture going right.
There we go.
Got her father, Terry, owner of the Buffalo Bills and the Sabres. You an NHL guy?
I am back in the day with I'm from Michigan, so you got to throw the octopus out with the Red Wings. That's part of the deal up there. Good swing. And again, everything's about kind of timing and tempo. Pegula had a really nice first game, so you take a really nice crack at a serve, and it sends a message, even though she loses the point. It says, if you throw in some junk, I'm just going to crush it. That one jumped up on her. Pegula couldn't get up the ladder to get on top of it. But that's a scouting report on Jen Brady. Jen Brady has a really nice second serve, and that's really helped her through the WTA tournaments because a lot of good returners out there. And if you don't have a good second serve, you're in trouble. Pegula came in at 3-2 last night in the women's singles and really made a nice set out of it. One of the more pure strikers of the game. Reminds me of Lindsay Davenport, Jennifer Capriati. Never hits a miss hit. Always in the center of the strings.
There's a look at what Jen Brady can do, and she was having a great start to the 2020 season. Wins over Maria Sharapova, Ash Barty, Svitolina, Vondrousova, Muguruza. It's a tough time for the tours to be canceled on her, but she is playing some of the best tennis of her career.
A little bit of a panic attack right there. Really should have driven that ball into the corner.
It's a closer look at Brady. We won't mention what school she went to for your sake, Luke, but she's back in the top 50, and she was having a heck of a year this year.
Well, it was a team champion for UCLA. I was coaching in college at the time. Was really one of the top recruits, and Stella Sampras out there was able to land her, and it was a huge addition, and I really think it seasoned her for the Pro Tour. there's a lot of game in Jen Brady. Serve, return, really smart player. What you want to really look for in rallies, sometimes it gets too general down the middle. You've got to be able to get the ball to the sideline. When you see the elite players, they don't hit down the middle. They get the ball out to the sidelines. Jen has a problem, not a problem, a challenge to make sure that her location gets too general sometimes instead of specific. See the difference from that backhand? Anytime you get that ball to the sidelines, now you're in control of the point. That's pro tennis these days, and everybody can hit the ball when it's down the middle. Look, it just lines it up. Beautiful footwork. She has the combination of open stance and the closed stance, so that time she steps into the ball and drives it.
Talk about playing through the sidelines. That's what you're talking about right there.
But she does that naturally. You know, Pegula is able to really get to the sideline. She's very quick. Her anticipation is extraordinary. And she's had some injuries early on in her career, and she's gotten through those. And I think it's given her a maturity and a perspective to get back out there. And now her game just flourishes with the maturity. See right there, she sees the open court, sees where Brady's going to break, and then she goes to the open court. Sometimes players just get locked in to a specific shot and hit right back to their opponent. You hold it, you see it out of the corner of your eye, Jess just looking at Brady.
Jen Brady, kind of one of the more extreme Western grips on the women's tour, probably.
Yeah, you don't see that much topspin generated, but she's so strong in the forearm and the shoulder. It is really kind of a nice gamer because she's grown up with that Western, kind of watching the game evolve as a kid, and no one really on the WTA tour hits with that much top. A whip, you know what I mean? It's a real whippy forehand.
So 2-1 here in women's singles. Let's take a look at the league standings, Luke. The Orange County Breakers started out 0-3. They got a much-needed win. They need to keep creeping back up there, and there are your Empires sitting at 2-2. But it's early on, but it is deep here.
Well, it's getting late early, to be perfectly honest. Orange County, Springfield. You know, we have Springfield tonight. You can't go down 1-4. I mean, that hole is going to be tough. You can do it. Well, I was 1-3 last year with New York, and we were able to make the playoffs. But you know, we have a season we're 2-2 right now. We've had match points in the 2 losses we've had, so we could be 4-0, but we could also, it's been so close, 0-4. And that's exactly what Pegula needs to do. Keep the ball out of the middle. As soon as she strikes the ball, get it to the sideline. Even though that one was a little short, she had such a nice angle to it. Pushing Brady off the court.
She questions it, but Hawkeye Live will be making all the calls. There's a look at Danielle Collins, scheduled to play singles. She got subbed out in their last match, but she is sitting there on the bench supporting her teammates. But it will be Pegula here for the Storm. Still 2 more chances for the game for Jen Brady. Knot things up back at 2. The forehand sails long, and Brady will hold. 4 games and 4 holds. 7-6 breakers, second half of women's singles when we come back. Take a look at the beautiful Greenbrier, 11,000 plus acres of pure, beautiful greenery. Jessica Pegula to serve, 2 games all.
Boy, that is Pegula at her very best. A pure ball striking, staying close to the baseline, taking time away. Look at the placement. More than enough power. It's all about shot selection with Jess. Jess has to make sure that she understands that the other side can't stay with her power and with her game when she's making it close to the sideline.
As she gets the hold up 3-2. Let's take a look at these two when they match up on the UTR, Luke.
Yeah, you can see right away. I mean, Jessica Pegula, a player on the rise with her 12.9, and then Jennifer Brady with those nice wins. You know, legendary ones, country club wins when you're beating Maria Sharapova. 13.5, and these rankings are only going to go up. The depth from Pegula is really doing a lot of damage against Brady. Brady needs a little bit higher ball to get that whipping forehand. You talked about the whip on that forehand, that extreme western grip. So when the ball is driven nice and deep like that, it's tough to get around it in front of it. Pegula's got a nice little run. Remember on the previous, before the changeover, she missed that forehand long. And you see the maturity right away from a young player to a seasoned player, where she turns around, has a nice hold on her serve, and now she's got a nice opportunity here. Earned it.
Another look at this on the Hawkeye Live, and it just catches. No need to challenge because that technology will make all the calls.
You can take a look at it.
No need.
No need, yeah. Technology never lies. Nice serve from Brady. Winds up. She's got the tough side serving up into the sun this time of day. Pegula playing a really smart point, got pushed deep into the corner to her forehand side and doesn't go for the big forehand, but goes for the nice roller, get herself back into position. And that's what you're looking for, players that construct points on the fly. Good shot selection, balance, confidence.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
She stays home.
Yeah, but remember, we saw Pegula kind of look at her opponent to see where she was. This was a couple of games ago. This time Brady gets locked in on a certain shot, and you can't. When something like that, it seems easy, but this is tough because Pegula breaks left. Look how she waits. Oh, that's great timing.
You think Brady can hold that forehand a little longer,
Easily.
you're saying?
When it's above the net like that, you have time to shine. Boy, that's a big turn of events here.
Getting back to the standings, 8-6 was the record that made it into the playoffs last year in the 4th spot. So if you dropped to 1-4,
who was that last year?
I think, and you guys wrote it all the way to the championships, but that means you go to 1-4, you got to win 7 of your next 9 matches. No easy task.
Remember who Orange County brought in, okay? We brought in Marty Fish last year. We had a couple of players that came in late that really contributed, Lepchenko. So, again, you can change the dynamic with a couple of late additions that can turn your whole thing around. Bottom line is Stevie Johnson's got to play better. You know, he hasn't played well, performed to where he wants to for the team. And then doubles, you got to start winning some more sets.
Yeah, 3 out of the 5 sets will be doubles, and that is why they brought in reinforcements. Austin Krychek, Gabby Dabrowski, 2 double specialists. We got another crucial moment here as Pegula tries to serve out the set, 30 all.
This is the second serve. This is the one shot that Jess really needs to improve here. Put some placement and some bite on the ball. See that? It didn't go in the middle of the box. It went right into that corner. It makes a difference.
Is that a bad miss right there? Second serve.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you have to commit to that. The ball is going to jump with this little altitude we have here. So don't let the ball play you. You have to play the ball and lean into it.
So that forehand goes into the net. Jay Gooding putting in Jessie Pegula for Danielle Collins, and she gets the job done. 5-2, Stormer up 9-7.